Hello, I'm Lowell Martin, and this is MCC Today. I want you to know no animals were harmed in the making of this show. On today's show, we have Erin Richardson, Shaquita, Hopson, Alfonso, and Leia Hill. It should be a crime how much you're going to learn.
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
We are here today with the wonderful Miss Erin.
Oh, wow.
Erin
This is how we're
Richardson.
starting, okay.
Yes, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Lowell?
I'm doing well. Now, you are the Instructional Design Specialist for Meridian Community College.
Yes.
And how long have you been doing that?
A year.
And I will say, let me just say, she is absolutely wonderful. She has gone in and done stuff to my class that I would never have thought of. But it kept the essence of my class, but
Yes.
it just zhuzhed it.
Yes. We did not want to lose you in that process.
But
You were important.
today, though, you are not here in that capacity.
I'm not. No.
Okay, so you are here to do what?
I am here to talk about our fitness classes.
Yes, which we have a lot of.
We do. We've got a full load this coming semester, and so I want to make everybody aware of the opportunities to take fitness classes here at MCC.
Okay, so what kind of stuff will we be offering?
So this semester we will have several different yoga classes. We'll have them throughout the week, both in the morning and the afternoon. We will have spin, we will have body sculpting, and a class called Power Hour. And that is like lifting and creating power within your
stuff
body.
I do
Yes,
know.
I can tell.
You're like, oh yeah.
And then I teach a class called Bar, which is like a ballet-inspired fitness class.
I have heard so many good things about that class too.
I think
because
really
you
people
do,
like
she's
it.
not just here to plug it. She actually, gets in there and teaches it. But I've heard so many good things about that class.
Good. I really enjoy teaching it. It's one of the things that is kind of one of my loves is teaching
How long have
it.
you been doing teaching the exercise stuff?
Probably we're getting close to like about 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just decided one day.
You
let
know,
me get
I had
into that.
Yeah, I was.
And I will say this, because let me just say this about her. And I've known you a year now, but you are definitely one of these people who's like, I think I'd like to do that. Let's go do that. Let me go try that. Let's go see how that works. You're not afraid to just jump in and let's do this.
Yes, I'm a deep end,
Oh,
all
my.
in person. Yes.
Oh my, I'm like one toe. 2 toes, but you do jump in and you go full force. Why should people take these classes? I mean, we know the answer to that, but can you vocalize it?
A little better. I
Yes.
think, well, besides like all the health benefits, you can, if you're already on campus, whether you are a student or you're faculty or staff, you can work it into your day. A lot of them are either early in the morning or right at lunch, so it's really easy to work that hour of fitness into your day. And then you have choices on how you take the class. You can either take it for credit or you can take it for non-credit. So depending on how it works better for your schedule, there's lots of options for that as well.
And I believe, now, and this might not still be the case, but at one point, to get an AA degree, you had to have at least some 1 or 2 hours of exercise. Is that still true?
You know what? I don't know the answer to that
Okay.
question, but definitely talk to one of your advisors, and if you need that, there's lots of options for you.
Because most of, the credit, it's 1 credit. You meet twice a week
Right.
typically. Now, as far as the classes are concerned, the yoga, okay, this is for people who, they want to become more limber. Is it still doing the cardio workout?
Well, so we have actually several different yoga instructors.
Okay.
So you can kind of decide who, and everybody teaches a little bit differently. So you can kind of decide what you want to get out of your yoga by picking the right instructor.
Okay.
And you can definitely call down into the fitness center and talk about the yoga instructors that we have and what might work best for you.
Okay. Because, it depends on what you want. If you want, as you said, you get the power hour. If you are more interested in doing the exercise with weights, you've got the other types of exercise. If
So
you're
like
more
spin,
of the cardio.
if you want cardio.
What does bar do?
So bar is, I say it is like the lifting weights little brother or little sister. So instead of lifting heavy, fewer reps, you lift light, a lot of reps.
Okay.
So
Is that supposed to define your muscles
It's
more?
defining. It's a lot of core work. It's a lot of balance, and it includes flexibility too. So it's really about just like ballerinas need to train their body so they don't get hurt when they dance. That's what bar is doing. Is it's training your mobility, your core, your flexibility, so that you move better and you might look better too.
Which everyone wants.
I know. We can't forget the aesthetics.
I mean, I recommend for any student to take at least one exercise class per semester, because I think it fits into, the way we've got it set up, it will fit into your schedule.
Yep.
But also, I think it fits into, helping your whole, taking the holistic approach to education.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stress involved in going to school. And a lot of
totally
stress
agree.
involved in modern life.
Right.
So sometimes you just need, you need an hour or two where you can de-stress, and exercise is one of the best ways to do that. Have you found that?
I love it. I love on my Tuesday, so I teach it on Tuesday and Thursday, and mine's a mid-afternoon, like lunchtime hour class. And I tell you, I am ready to take that break and get up from my desk and designing and building and go work out for that hour, and then I am ready to come back and refocus on my job when I'm done.
And it does help you refocus.
Oh my gosh, it does.
It does
yes.
help you, it's like you get that, not silliness, but sometimes you just get antsy.
Yeah, it's just a release.
You get that antsy out, and then you're able to refocus on what you need to be doing.
Yep.
And I say this to my students all the time in my class, college study skills, shameless plug, but that you need that. You need that in your week, sometimes in your day, depending on what kind of stress levels you're under. Exercise is one of the best ways to de-stress. Are those the only 2 times that you exercise during the week, just out of curiosity?
No, I don't. I actually teach a Pilates class on Monday nights at a place downtown called Elegance Ballroom, Dance and Fitness Studio, and then on Wednesday and Friday I do my heavy lifting.
So you're very busy exercising, and how have you been doing this a long time?
Yeah, so so I've exercised pretty much and done yoga and all these stuff 15 plus years, but as far as like getting my certification, teaching class, it's been about 7 years, and then I've expanded on that in the past 7 years.
Well, anyone who's interested in this, what should they do to get in these classes?
To get into these classes, so you can do it one of 2 ways. You go to an advisor and you talk about your schedule and taking it for credit, and then you can add it to your schedule for a credit class.
Okay.
If you prefer to take it non-credit, then all you need to do is call or go down to the fitness center and register for the classes and pay for them.
And you can do that at the fitness center?
At the fitness.
If it's non-credit?
If it's non-credit, you can do it at the fitness center, and I believe if you go to the fitness center website, you can also register for the classes, non-credit classes there.
Okay, very easy to do,
Yep.
and it's a very beneficial thing if you will just pick up the phone or run by there and do it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Lowell.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with the wonderful Miss Shaquita, Hopson, Alfonso, non-hyphenated.
That's right, no hyphen.
No hyphen. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Now, you are the Associate Director of
Advising and retention.
Advising and Retention, which is curious to me as we have no director.
Yeah,
of it.
it is, I associate direct as far as I can.
Okay, so can I just start calling you director?
No, you cannot. You cannot.
And what
You
is the
cannot.
difference between associate and assistant?
I'm asked that all the time, and honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I remember I used to be an assistant teacher, and then I remember I don't know where the lady was from, but it's funny that she asked me this. She always would call us associate teachers, and I was just like, what? I mean, I know associate and assistant mean similar. But she always called us associate teachers. And I was just like, okay, everybody kind of gave her a look. Because I don't know the clear difference.
Okay, okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Welcome.
But I'm associate director.
You are, and a good one.
And a good one.
Now, you have been here how long at MCC?
I've been here going on 5 years.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I feel like I just started yesterday.
But you have climbed the corporate ladder here a bit.
I
Because
mean,
you have different.
I like to call it a step stool, but
Okay,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, maybe
You're-
not a ladder.
Okay.
I'm working my way to the ladder.
So at what point do you plan to be president of this place?
Well, technically I am. I talk to Dr. Huebner. He consults me all the time
all
about
the time.
decisions. So, I mean, it's no
Does he know
secret. I mean, he might not know he consults me. In my dreams, he does.
Today we're here to talk about Advisor Track.
Yes.
Now, you and I have been working very closely
Very
together
closely,
the last couple of
yes,
years.
yes, yeah.
I do the portion, it's all the same company, but I do the portion called Tutor Track,
Yes.
where students are able to schedule appointments in the Success Center. You do the part called Advisor Track.
Advisor and Sage.
Okay, and tell us what Advisor Track does and then what Sage is.
Okay, Advisor Track is mainly for the advisor to make and document notes. When a student comes in, so we can just have some continuity across all advisors.
Right.
Because, people are going to have babies, and people are going to get sick, and people are going to be out. And when a student comes in, we can put our recommendations in, and so another advisor can go and look and say, hey, you talked to Ms. Nettles, and Ms. Nettles suggested this, this, and this. It just kind of keeps, because sometimes I don't think.
And then you can say, did you do this,
Yes,
this, and this?
yes, and then it keeps everything together. And then
Okay.
sometimes when you ask a student something, they honestly may not remember what the advisor said, or if they do remember, they might not remember quite what they said, and the information that you're getting, you kind of are lost. But when you document it, you can kind of see what the advisor is saying, and then that kind of helps for continuity. And I like going to a place and they know what they're talking about.
We've all had experiences where we're trying to, let's just say, get help on the phone or get help with something.
Oh gosh, don't bring
and
that up.
they'll always constantly send us to somebody else, and we have to go through the whole story
yes.
again.
Yeah,
And so
yes.
this kind of prevents that.
Correct.
From
It keeps
happening.
you having to repeat yourself, because I say this all the time. I probably said it on this show. I have a personal belief that if a student has to talk to 15 people, they gone.
Yeah.
You don't lost them.
Yeah.
Because that scenario you just used with the phone, I'm having issues with my cable now, and every time I call, I have to repeat the issue over and over again. But then why record this for training purposes if you're gonna continue to ask me what the issue is?
Yes,
But,
and then want my opinion
exactly,
afterwards.
and it was trash. Frankly, it was trash. But it kind of keeps us together and tight knit. And then Sage is where that's more of the instructor and the advisor situation. This is where retention comes in. When initially the instructor will flag a student for different issues, low test scores, no attendance.
Okay. So if I have a student who came originally to class and then suddenly stopped coming,
Yes.
then I put in there, okay, this student has stopped coming to class or has missed a class or two, or whatever. And then the student, I hate to use the word, is flagged, but then we start looking at why and seeing if there are any things we can do to help.
we start reaching out. We start reaching out to the student.
Okay.
And then a lot of times it's simply, I forgot. or I don't understand. And so then we start working on ways to correct what is going on. And a lot of times it's something that we can help. And a lot of times, personally, when I talk to a student, I spend a lot of time teaching them how to communicate effectively.
Sure.
Instructors understand that you have a personal life, hence why most people come to a community college. They got a lot going on. And if you reach out to the instructor, you never know what they'll say. A lot of students are afraid to communicate with the communicate with the instructor. Hey, my baby's sick. Hey, I had a flat tire.
But most of our instructors are very understanding people. They are not going to, if you say, look, this happened to me, because they want you to, and I say this all the time, they want you to do well.
Yes.
And I tell my students this all the time. It makes me look good when you do well.
Yes.
I want to look good.
MCC looks good when you do well.
Yes.
We want you to do well, and so SAGE is one of those methods that we're trying to help students, and we want students to reach out to us, reach out to the instructor. By the way, if there's a resource that we don't have, we try to connect people with agencies out in the community. By the way, I forgot to plug that on August 24th, we're having our community resource fair.
Okay. Excellent.
And so there are going to be a lot of agencies on campus to help alleviate a lot of the issues that our students have.
And some students don't know that those resources are available. So I think it's very important to bring them to campus and so the student can come through and say, okay, if you need this, this is where I need to go. If you need this, this is where you need to go.
2 years ago, a student connected at the community resource fair. She connected with 3 people. She got a job, she connected, and then she later told one of the agencies that, I just got a job, offer, but I have an interview, but I don't have any clothes to wear. And the lady, this particular agency said, we have a career closet.
Oh, okay.
And then she went on to the unemployment office, Win Job Center. She told them all those stories, and they said, hey, that particular career comes with a stipend. And so they worked it out. So all at the community resource fair. There's a lot of resources that are going to be there. And so in SAGE, we try to, when a person is flagged or suggested, let's say suggested, suggestions are made, then we begin to reach out to those.
And I think it's because you're doing what we try to do in the Success Center is we want to catch problems early.
We want to be proactive.
Be very proactive, but we want to catch things before they become real issues.
Correct.
And I tell students, come to us in the Success Center before you failed a paper or two, or before you failed a math test or two, so that we can truly help you.
Yes.
And so with SAGE, we want to catch the students like, why are you missing class? It might be something that's...
And it might be something very simple. It might be very simple, because we're here for you. We're here, the instructors are here for you, the advising team is ready, willing, and able to work with you. Just the whole group. We're a family here.
Well,
we want you to do well. We want you to succeed.
We look good.
We look good, and that's what it's all about. Us looking good, Lowell.
I'm just saying.
Not
that's
MCC, Shaquita and Lowell looking good.
The Shaquita
the
and
lighting.
Lowell.
This is great lighting, guys.
Listen, I want to thank you for being here today.
He said he's going to make me look like Beyonce, though.
He will, and it's a process.
Don't Break My Soul, by the way. That's her new song.
Thank you for being on. I love this woman.
Plug.
Thank you for being on the show today.
Okay.
I want to have you on again because I do want to talk further about the SAGE program and during the semester to see how it's going.
Yeah, and don't forget the Community Resource Fair, August 24th at 9.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with the effervescent Miss Leia Hill.
Gonna have to look up that word.
How are you today?
I'm great. I'm excited to be here with you.
I know. I kind of grabbed her yesterday and said, "You got to be on the show. You got to be on the show." And reluctantly,
I'm never reluctant.
You are not reluctant. You are right. You're right. She is always, okay, let me check my schedule.
It's a timing
and
issue.
It just happened to be correct that,
Yes.
that we could get you in. Now, you are the Vice President for Institutional Advancement. That's just part of your title.
Yes.
Okay. But you also do, what does that mean?
And so I'm also the executive director of the MCC Foundation.
Right, right.
So I serve the college under the president as the vice president of advancement, institutional advancement, and so
Okay.
that covers a broad array of things. As far as, I'm over college communications, internal, external marketing. I'm heavily involved in any events, community events that we do.
We're involved in a lot of community events.
Yes, if it has to do with the whole campus body, usually I'm involved with those types of events, and so through that role, I handle the faculty staff end of the year luncheon. I'm kind of over convocation, homecoming, those kind of things. Any big campus-wide community events going to come through that office. And so if you just think about advancing the college, that's institutional advancement. So that's that part of it. The second part of it is most colleges, most universities, some hospitals and other things have foundations.
Okay.
Well, the foundation is a separate entity. It's almost like a separate. We have our own tax ID. We're not run by the college. We're run by our board.
Okay.
And so that is separate, and I'm the executive director of that board. So I raise money, and all of that is in support of the college and its goals and its mission and things like that. So.
And one of the main reasons I wanted you here today was to talk about the foundation, and because it's one of those things that it's kind of in the background and people know it's there, but y'all do so much for the campus and in the community. People hear about tuition guarantee. Okay, what is tuition guarantee?
Okay, I just realized that I was talking with my hands. You might have to duck because I just noticed I'm very, I try to sit on them, it doesn't work. Tuition guarantee is a great program. It was originally
We were the first ones to do it.
Yes, it was the brainchild of Dr. William Skaggs, who was our long-term president that we adore, and he really kind of just visionary, wonderful, very smart man.
Very smart.
And so in 1996, before that, but we started the program in 1996, he had envisioned a program that basically removed the barriers in the minds of our local children. And so he really wanted it to be where, those junior high, those high schools grew up knowing that college was an option, that the barrier of can I go or will I go or whatever was removed. And the premise is that any Lauderdale County resident and graduate of a local high school, and so those are two very important things, they were equally important. You have to be a resident of Lauderdale County, and then you also have to graduate from a Lauderdale County high school. That can be a home school, a county school, public, private, doesn't matter. It just has to be Lauderdale County. And then we guarantee that their tuition will be covered.
Now, people say free.
It's not free.
It's not free.
I'll get riled up if I hear free.
But I hear that all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
You got 2 years free.
Yes.
But I try to say, okay, look, it's not free.
Someone
pays for it.
Yes.
But it is a guarantee.
Yes.
Okay, and so would you explain that a little bit?
So every year,
I'd love to see her get riled up.
Yes, I do, because someone does pay for it. Someone is writing the check for those dollars for that student, and so that's an important thing to realize is that it's not free and it's community supported. So back in 1996, that was the dream, was that the foundation was going to raise money to cover the tuition costs. Well, as you can imagine, as we raise money, tuition costs increase, and so the need has gotten much greater. We've invested in the last 26 years somewhere in the upwards of $7.2 million in the students of Lauderdale County to receive tuition. Now the idea is that they can have up to 4 semesters. So if you hit those 2 criteria, you're a Lauderdale County resident graduate, you are eligible for tuition guarantee. And so then we guarantee your tuition is covered. So then if you have any state or federal support, that comes off first, of course, right?
Okay.
Because I mean,
So you still have to apply for
Absolutely.
things that like the FAFSA, the Pell Grants and stuff like that. And, you still have to apply them, and if you can get them, that's going to cover tuition.
yes, because
Okay.
you have to imagine the fact that, I mean, on an average year, we're investing about $500,000 in supporting the gap of tuition. We're guaranteeing that your tuition is covered. We have to have that extra support from federal and state funds to be able to afford it. I mean, we couldn't if we just, stacked things. So this is not a stacked scholarship. It's supplemental. It covers the gap.
Okay.
So whatever that gap is.
Okay.
If you have a full gap, right, you don't get Pell, you don't get state, we'll cover full tuition. But then anything that you get kind of helps us, cover the deficit there. And then then it is up to you to keep it. You can have it for 4 semesters. You have to maintain a full load. You have to keep a C average. You have to attend class, those kind of things. But if you're willing to do that, then you can come to MCC for 4 semesters as a recent graduate. You also have to come directly after you graduate. We do have some deferments that have to do with the military and things like that, of course, but you can't take a gap year, you can't go to another college, you have to come to us first.
I actually remember the first year this was done, because I think that was the first year I was a teacher here, and it was a seismic shift in our community.
Yes.
And I think it still remains. Now, it has become part of...
It's become an expectation.
Yes, but it is still vitally important, I believe, to our community.
Absolutely. And so one of the things that the foundation is working on, and I mean, we're not going to have time, really, I think, to get me, if you really want to get me started on all of this, but one of the things that the foundation is focused on, this year we're starting it, that we're going to start to talk about it, is that we have to sustain tuition guarantee because it has become such a part, of the fabric of our community and an expectation. But again, tuition costs keep increasing, and we raise these money. They're not automatically there. These do not come from tax dollars. This is raised money. So we're asking somebody every year to match and meet those needs. We are going to try to endow tuition guarantee. I call it guaranteeing tuition guarantee, and it's a sizable investment. We need somewhere of around $10 million to guarantee that we can continue to meet the needs of tuition guarantee for perpetuity and for it to be around for as long as our community needs it.
Well, if someone wants to donate to the foundation, how can they do that?
We make it really easy.
Okay.
So we do have a presence on our website. It's under, Foundation has a tab link. You can search all of that. It's meridiancc.edu/giving. So that's a simple, easy web URL to remember. You can come through our office. We're open. We're ready to meet the public whenever they need to drop anything off to us. You can mail it. You can pledge it. We will, you can call us over the phone and give us your credit card. Anything that you want to do to support the college through the foundation. And, we also raise money for other things. We have named scholarships to honor, loved ones or special instructors or special programs around campus that aren't, that are separate in addition to tuition guarantee. People support the foundation and support baseball or golf or the nursing program. So the foundation is just the vessel, and you give to us, and then we go and support the college programs, students.
And it is a vitally important aspect of our college. Listen, I want to thank you for being here today.
Is it over?
Yes.
I have so much more I can talk about.
But I do want to have you back on to talk about other aspects of foundation and institutional advancement. But thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, you're welcome.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
On behalf of executive producer Matt Milner and media specialist Josh Taylor, thank you for watching. Hope you learned a little bit, and we'll see you next time.